Yes, hello, you're welcome. It's me, Sandenani from Edukea Company. So you are most welcome in our English language program or session, and we are now proceeding where we have ended during the last sessions, that we are discussing our topic about pronoun after being finishing about noun. So in those pronouns, we have started those personal pronouns, and our last session we have discussed those personal pronouns such as he, she, I, it, you in singular, while we, you, they in plural. So our today's program is about subjective and objective case of pronouns. So unlike to other words, these pronouns have got the case, special case, once they are used as subjects or objects. So pronouns do change once they are used as subject and object too. That means they do change whether they are used as a subject of a sentence or object of the sentence. Let us observe the following examples. We have a such pronoun like I. So this I, it is in subjective case. It is in subjects. But now this I, while it is used as a subject, once it is used as object or in objective part of sentence, it tends to change from I to me. Another pronoun is he. Again, this he is used as subject, or we use he once it is used as a subject of a sentence, or once it is used in subjective part of a sentence, while it changes when it is used as object or when it is placed in objective part of a sentence. Again, we have she. Again, this she also changes from being she to her. We have another pronoun that is you, but you remain as it is, you. They, as another pronoun, do change from being they as subject to them, that is object, or once it is used as object. Again, we have we. This we also is subject. When it is used as object, change from being we to us. The last one is it. Also this it do change from being it, but it remains it. So what does it mean when we are describing about subject, object, subjective case and objective case? As we know, a sentence is a group of words. It is a group of words, but these words are in subject and object form with the complete meaning. So sentence will be called a sentence since it has got two parts, that is subject and object, or subject and verb form, or subject and complement. In Kiswahili we term them kiima na kiarifu. So any sentence, in order to be called a sentence, must have kiima and kiarifu, which are subject and object. So what does it mean when we are describing about subject? So subject is a part. It is a part, and normally is the first part of a sentence which describes a doer of an action. A doer of an action. who performs a certain action in a given sentence. So that is a subject. So subject is the first part of sentence which shows or describes a doer of an action in a given sentence. It is normally at the initial sentence position. So this subject is normally placed or occurred or written at the initial sentence position. Subject is normally carried by noun or as a written pronoun. It is verb. So normally subject is carried by noun or pronoun and not verb as he has written. So subject normally is carried by noun or pronoun and it is identified before a verb. So how can we now identify those subjects in a given sentence? We have to look on verbs. So before a verb, it's where a subject exists. Those words before a verb in a given sentence will be subjects. For example, observe the following sentences. He plays football. So here we have a verb plays. So this plays before that verb. So those words which are preceded by this verb are the one which we term as subject. So in here, our subject is he. Then our sentence, he plays football. Another example, they dance together. They dance together. So here, our verb is dance. So before this dance or before this verb, a word that is before this is the one that we call or we name subject. So we may observe that these both two sentences have pronouns, and those pronouns now act as a subject. So instead of having this he, we may use a name like John plays football. The same case, John remains as a subject of our sentence. Also, in this case, we may have a noun like students. Then our sentence becomes students dance together. So in here, a word students is a noun. And this noun also acts as a subject of a given sentence. Let us have a lot of examples on the subject of the sentence. So let us observe more examples on identifying those subjects of a given sentences. So as we said earlier that subjects can be a one word, two words, three words, or more than that number of words. The criteria which we regard is the beginning of a verb. So the place or position where a verb begins or starts, it's where our subject ends. For example, our new head teacher is very tall. So we may observe at this sentence that where our verb begins or where our verb is placed, it's where our subject ends. So in this sentence, we can see that our verb here is that auxiliary is, that is verb to be or be verb. So this is where subject ends. So all these words, our new head teacher, are subject. So then our sentence becomes, our new head teacher is very tall. So here, our subject has 1, 2, 3, 4 words. But what mark this group of words to be subject? Because they are appeared before a verb, that is. And in together, these are called the noun phrase. They are called the noun phrase. These other words, they are just like determinants. Our new head teacher. They attribute this head teacher. Which head teacher? A new one. A new head teacher. So it gives more clarification about that head teacher. Is that old? Is that new, or whatever? That is why here say our new head teacher is very tall. Another example, John and Anna are my friends. So in here we can see this sentence has a verb that is are, that is the auxiliary, again be verb. So before that are, all this is subject. John and Anna, they are subject. While from this verb are, it's now object part. So objective part of a sentence, it's where a subject ends. So the position where a subject ends, now object starts. So then our sentence is, John and Anna are my friends. Again, their new assistance monitor is sick. Their new assistance monitor is sick. So in here, we may observe that our verb is, it is this auxiliary, is, that is the be verb. So before this auxiliary, the whole words, those words are subject. So we may count this 1, 2, 3, 4. So the same 4 words, but all these words belong to subject. Ali and Juma are moving to school. Again here, our subject ends here. Since from here up to the end of our sentence, it's where a verb starts. So this is objective case of sentence. This objective, while these are subjectives or subjects of a given sentence. So object starts where a verb is placed or used. So let us now check how those subject change into object as follows. We have a sentence like, they visited dash yesterday. So in here, where our subject is they, since this is a verb. So from here up to the end of our sentence, it is objective part of a sentence. Now, what is our answer? If we have given 2 alternatives, they visited dash yesterday, is it I or me? So here our answer is me. They visited me yesterday. Simply because the objective case of our pronoun I is me. And here we use me simply because this pronoun I is now placed in objective part of a sentence. That's why we use me. So we can't say that they visited I yesterday. No. Simply because this I now is used in objective part of a sentence. Another example, John taught dash English. Is it we or us? So this is another example. John taught dash English. The same. The subject of this sentence ends in John. The remaining part is objective or object. So if it is object, we just look which word between these two is used as subject and object. So conclusively, we is the one that is used as subject, while the objective part of this is us. So then our sentence becomes John taught us English. Another example, I will go to see dash they or them. So this is just an easier example, simply because the position where this subject is located, we normally know that it is in object, since it is the last part of a sentence. So our subject ends here in I, while the remaining part is object. Then our sentence will become I will go to see them. I will go to see them. Since this they is now used as object. Another example, he wanted to buy a phone for dash. Is it she or her? So in here we can see it is like the same case to that sentence, that is I will go to see dash. So in here he wanted to buy a phone for, is it she or her? So our answer here is her, simply because this she is used as object, or it is used in objective part of a sentence. She wants to meet with dash. Is it he or him? So it is she wants to meet with. So our subject ends with she, that is our pronoun. But from want, this want is a verb. So our answer here will be him. Then she wants to meet with him. Simply because this him is objective case of pronoun he. So these are just like a few examples on how these pronouns do change from being used as subject and object. Let us now have a task which will make us have more explanation about those subjective and objective case of pronoun. After having a discussion about subjective and objective case of pronoun, let us now have an exercise involving that part. Fill the appropriate pronoun or pronouns to the following sentences. Number 1, John and Dash are all from 2. So we have to select the suitable pronoun if it is I or me. Number 2, he bought Dash an orange. We or us. Number 3, I shall go to gift Dash, they or them. And another, Anna will not cook for Dash. Is it he or him? Teacher punished Dash. Is it she or her for being late to school? So let us meet on the other session. Thank you.